5 weeks come and gone already. And we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. From his own end zone, here we go. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Well, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
I'm fine, ready?
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Dot.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
I'm one, ready?
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, here we go.
They go right back to ETN. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Man in motion here. Third and long. Here's Burrow. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. Still going inside the 35. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. and he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And look at this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Here's ETN on first down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Gun.
ETN on 3rd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. Running in the red zone. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look.
On 1, ready?
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Working inside the red zone. And that one's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow setting to throw. Has it in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. Play action on 1st down. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Divine Diablo there on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throw on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's scored as a 51-yard punt, and it'll be Bengals football.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
12.
Trying it right side with Etienne. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
Counter give to Etienne. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Etienne again. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
11 mighty.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jair Alexander with the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 25 on second down. Connection made to Judy. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he gets his offense some better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight. God.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
God.
That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin.
Here we go.
They have it on 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. God.
Burrow from the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. A.J. Cole on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Harris gets it on the counter. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. pass play now. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Harris from the gun. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
That one's complete, right side. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. They get 27 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10, give to Harris. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 29. Pass is caught at the 9. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Hey, check that.
Harris can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a second quarter lead. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Browns push their lead to 3. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Starting from the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
11, 11, 11. Start.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Here we go, here we go. Start.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He's got the hook up to Ingram. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Now a give to ETN running right. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. Start.
Play action now, Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
11 Thomas. Start.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Coleman with the grab. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals pushing for points. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
Mighty. Here we go, here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty. Start.
They'll run, ETN. Crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get some late points and the lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Finding Judy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 37 on the play. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Tried getting it to Jerry Jeudy. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Etienne. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
11 MT. Let's get set. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. Dot.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. He's on the move. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go. Dot.
Now Burrow. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. The tip definitely broke up that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky doesn't lie, without that ball being tipped, we're looking at a big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense in a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
On 2.
No connection on the last play,
12,
and now it's 3rd down.
Gun, gun. Dot. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Here's Burrow. Taking a deep shot here. To the outside, it's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Harris once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this.
13.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to Harris to start the half. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Second and 4. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Let's go now. Go, go.
He's going to throw this one. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Browns a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Throwing from the gun. Throw left side, complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Running behind center with Harris. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Man in motion, headed right. Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's second and goal. He'll look to throw. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
It's 3rd and goal, back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And the defender comes away with it. And the Bengals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnerver. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here we go.
They go right back to ETN. Juke the defender. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
11, 11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Stop.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On 1, ready?
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Let's get set. Stop.
Burrow setting to throw. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, Burrow to throw. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Gun.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
11, 11. 11, mighty. 11, mighty. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
From the 46. Connection made. Travis Etienne. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
On 1, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Now a carry by ETN. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. Dot.
Now a give. It's ETN headed left. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoa there to bring him down. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Here we go, here we go. Dot.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. A 49-yarder in front of him here. Butker knocks it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
This is Harris on 2nd down. He finds space for a few yards that time. Jair Alexander with the stop. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, if he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. This, our last play of the quarter.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. Dot.
Counter give to ETN. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go. Dot.
From the 24. ETN on the catch. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. Dot.
Here's ETN. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
Now toss it to Etienne. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Gun. Stop.
From the gun, Etienne gets it. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Eleven. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. First down, he takes the snap. That one complete to Njoku. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And that gives the Browns a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First down, and they go right back to him. He finds some space again. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. First down, he'll throw it. Brought in right side.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Hits him on the in route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He fires one deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a fourth-quarter lead. That one right down the middle. And the Browns push their lead to 3. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Chooses to bring this one out. Massive hit. The ball is out. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to the air here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He's back to throw. Catch is made in close. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action now. Burrow. And a man is there to knock that away. Could not beat the defender there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Taken in by Dobbs. They get 28 out of that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Forced out to his right. Launching deep down the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
They send the tight end in motion.
Shot.
To throw again, it's Burrow. That throw finds Komet. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10.
Shot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals gotta score in a hurry.
1-1, ready?
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left
11,
and 3
11,
timeouts as well. It's first and 10.
11, 11, 11. Shot.
Burrow back to throw. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Twelve. 12.
They send a man in motion.
Shot.
Burrow to the air now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go. 11.
Motioning him from the slot right.
Shot.
To throw. He'll get this to ETN. And he drives this forward to the 6.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Only
Here we
need
go.
the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
11, mighty. 11. Shot.
Now to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
Shot.
Throwing it again here. That's taken in by ETN. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the 4th. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And the Browns are on that one. So that should just about do it here.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
And he's brought down after a short gain. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock. But the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Browns as we say so long from Cincinnati.